Germany are out of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Can you believe it? Four-time world champions. One of the tournament favorites, gone. Knocked out by Paraguay, a team ranked 22 places below them in the FIFA rankings. But here's the craziest part. Germany had 75% possession. They took 21 shots. They won 16 corners. They even thought they'd scored the winning goal in extra time. So, how on earth did Paraguay pull off one of the biggest World Cup upsets of the decade? How do you dominate almost every statistic? Control 75% possession, take 21 shots, win 16 corners, complete passes at 92% accuracy, and still get knocked out of the FIFA World Cup? I just can't believe what I have just witnessed. That's exactly what happened to Germany. A team expected to challenge for the trophy was eliminated by a Paraguay side ranked 22 places lower in the FIFA rankings. This wasn't just another upset. This was one of the biggest World Cup shocks in years. And once you understand how it happened, you'll realize Germany didn't just lose a football match. They lost a tactical battle they thought they had already won. From the opening whistle, Germany looked exactly like everyone expected. They pressed high, they controlled possession, they pinned Paraguay inside their own half. Every attack seemed to come through Florian Wirtz, whose movement between the lines constantly forced Paraguay's midfield backward. The four-time world champions looked calm, patient, in control. But football has never been decided by possession alone. Paraguay had arrived with a completely different plan. Instead of fighting Germany for the ball, they willingly gave it away. They defended in an incredibly compact low block, forcing Germany to recycle possession over and over without finding clear central spaces. Every German attack became slower. Every pass became safer. And every minute that passed increased Paraguay's belief. Then, just before halftime, everything changed. In the 42nd minute, Matías Galarza spotted space on the left and delivered a brilliant cross into the penalty area. Waiting perfectly between Germany's defenders was Julio Enciso. His header powered past the goalkeeper. One chance, one goal. Paraguay led 1-0. Suddenly the favorites were behind, and suddenly the pressure shifted entirely onto Germany. To Germany's credit, they didn't panic. Instead, they came out after halftime with greater intensity. The tempo increased, the passing became quicker, their wide players pushed even higher. Just 9 minutes into the second half, Florian Wirtz delivered another dangerous curling cross. Kai Havertz timed his run perfectly. One clever redirection, goal, 1-1. Everything felt normal again. Germany had restored balance. Most fans assumed there would only be one winner from here. After all, Germany still dominated possession, still dominated territory, still controlled nearly every phase of the match. But this is where the statistics begin telling a very different story, because while Germany had the ball, Paraguay controlled something far more important: the spaces where Germany wanted to attack. This match became a fascinating tactical lesson. Germany finished with 75% possession. That number sounds overwhelming, but possession without penetration means very little. Paraguay understood this perfectly. Instead of chasing Germany's midfield, they protected the penalty area. Their defensive block stayed compact. The distances between defenders remained incredibly small. Every time Germany attempted to play through the middle, they found another white and red shirt waiting, so Germany increasingly relied on crosses, corners, long-range efforts. Their 16 corners look impressive on paper, but corners only matter if they're converted into goals. Their 21 shots also appear dominant, yet only 7 were on target. Many attempts came under heavy pressure or from less dangerous positions. Paraguay accepted these shots because they were exactly the shots they wanted Germany to take. This wasn't desperate defending, it was calculated defending. Germany believed they were controlling the match. Paraguay believed they were controlling Germany. And as extra time approached, that difference became enormous. Then came the moment every football fan will remember. Deep into extra time, Germany finally appeared to have found the breakthrough. Jonathan Tah rose highest inside the box. His header crossed the line. German players celebrated. The bench erupted. Supporters believed the job was done. But then, VAR intervened. After a lengthy review, the goal was ruled out. Officials judged that Tah had committed a foul on Paraguayan goalkeeper Orlando Gil. Instant disbelief. German players surrounded the referee. Fans inside the stadium could hardly believe it. One decision had transformed celebration into frustration. Whether you agree with the decision or not, its psychological impact was impossible to ignore. Instead of preparing to defend a lead, Germany suddenly had to reset emotionally. Meanwhile, Paraguay gained something even more valuable than a disallowed goal: hope, fresh energy, and renewed belief that history was still possible. What impressed me most wasn't the goal. It wasn't even the penalties. It was Paraguay's mentality. Think about what they endured. They spent most of the night without the ball, wave after wave of German attacks, cross after cross, corner after corner, constant pressure. Many teams eventually collapse under that weight. Paraguay never did. Their defensive organization remained disciplined. Communication stayed constant. Players continued blocking passing lanes even after 100 minutes. And Orlando Gil produced one of those quiet goalkeeping performances that statistics never fully capture. Sometimes a goalkeeper becomes a hero because of spectacular saves. Other times, he becomes a hero because his positioning calms an entire defense. Gil belonged to the second category. Every successful catch, every confident claim, every command inside the penalty area gave Paraguay another reason to believe. By the time penalties arrived, Germany looked mentally exhausted. Paraguay looked emotionally ready. Penalty shootouts rarely come down to technique alone. They become psychological battles. Germany stepped forward carrying enormous expectation. Paraguay stepped forward carrying freedom. The shootout quickly became tense. Germany converted some, missed others. Paraguay stayed remarkably composed despite missing 2 penalties themselves. Then came the decisive moment. Canale stepped forward. Everything rested on one kick. No hesitation, no visible fear, just complete conviction. He smashed the penalty into the net. Paraguay won the shootout 4-3. Germany were out. One of the tournament favorites had fallen, and millions around the world watched one of football's oldest truths play out once again. The better team on paper doesn't always win. The team that handles pressure best often does. So, how did Germany lose despite dominating almost every statistic? The answer isn't luck, it's efficiency. Germany produced quantity. Paraguay produced quality. Germany completed hundreds more passes. Paraguay completed the passes that actually mattered. Germany controlled territory. Paraguay controlled transitions. Germany attacked repeatedly. Paraguay defended with purpose. This is where modern football often surprises fans. Possession isn't automatically dominance. Shots aren't automatically danger. Corners aren't automatically pressure. Football rewards teams that control moments. Paraguay controlled the biggest moments: the opening goal, the defensive resilience, the emotional recovery after Germany's equalizer, the mentality after the VAR controversy, and finally, the penalty shootout. Germany won almost every statistical battle. Paraguay won every battle that truly decided the game. Germany's coaching staff now faces difficult questions. How do you break down elite low blocks more consistently? How do you create higher quality chances instead of simply increasing shot volume? Can the team become less predictable against deep defensive structures? There is also a psychological lesson. When the VAR decision erased Tah's goal, Germany struggled to emotionally reset. Championship-winning teams recover instantly from setbacks. Germany didn't. That emotional dip may have cost them just as much as any tactical mistake. For a nation with 4 World Cup titles, this early exit will hurt deeply. But tournaments have a way of exposing weaknesses that statistics sometimes hide. Germany discovered theirs on the biggest stage. For Paraguay, this victory changes everything. No longer are they simply happy to reach the knockout rounds. Now they have genuine belief. They've eliminated one of world football's giants. That confidence can become incredibly dangerous in tournament football. Their reward is a round of 16 clash against the winner of France versus Sweden. And after surviving Germany, no opponent will underestimate them again. Meanwhile, Germany head home wondering how a match they appeared to control slipped away. Was it poor finishing? Was it tactical predictability? Was it the VAR decision? Or was Paraguay simply better prepared for the moments that mattered most? That's the debate football fans will have for years, because some World Cup matches are remembered for beautiful goals, some for superstar performances, others for controversial decisions. But this one will be remembered for something even more remarkable: the night a team with only 25% possession eliminated one of football's greatest nations, and reminded the entire world that in tournament football, belief, discipline, and mentality can outweigh every statistic on the scoreboard.